So let's now talk about the course logo and, well, about this course's logo in particular, how I made it, why I made it, and what do you need to think about while making your course logo. So first things first, as you can see, it's not very complicated logo. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, pretty understandable, because the course logo it should not convey the information about the course. It should be made in a way to actually gather attention. Let me explain what do I mean by that. So on Udemy, when you're creating the courses, your course title, your course subtitle, your videos themselves, and your course description is the key point on your courses. This is what people are actually paying attention to, what people are searching for, people are reading. These are the most important parts of the Udemy course. While your course logo or banner, whatever you want to call it, is basically made to stop people's attention when they are looking for the courses on where they are browsing. And for that matter, you need to create your course as eye-catchy as possible while staying the professional. You're not creating a YouTube video, you're not creating a cat videos to just grab people's attention with some kind of clickbait, something like that. You need to create something very professional that looks pretty good in order for your students to, well, basically feel comfortable to click on. So for that reason, I created this course, well, basically logo template for myself. This is what I did, and this is basically how it looks like as a background. And let me show you. I actually built this in an app called, or in a software rather, called Affinity Photo. It's basically exactly the same as Adobe Photoshop, but without the Photoshop subscription shenanigans. But yeah, it is what it is. Let me just close everything to show you how it actually consists of. It's basically a background that I got from internet. It's a relatively free photo. Make sure that it's a relatively free photo. In this case, I got from unsplash.com. This is basically a wooden background with one triangle right here and a second triangle with the shadow in front of it, and with the rectangle with a gradient on top of them. And that's basically how this background look is basically created. And then I took photo of myself and basically cut out all the background. And let me just show you what did I do right here. I also added a shadow on a background. Let me just show you how I did it. You can see without the shadow, you don't see these elements right here. Now with the shadow, it looks like that. Without shadow, it looks like that. With shadow, actually gives you an illusion that you're actually standing in front of this element. And that's what I did. I'll also show you what I did as well. I also added an outer glow. As you can see, this is without an outer glow, and this is a with outer glow. Aesthetically speaking, without outer glow, it looks actually better, but it's actually pretty difficult to discern it from a background, because the background becomes way too dark, way too fast, and we don't want this. We want you to be separated from background, and that's why I have an outer glow right here. And that's basically it with my photo. My photo is actually far larger than you think. That's actually me. I have a large belly right there, yeah, but don't mention that. And yeah, this is basically my photo. Last but not least, I have basically a list of the logos of my courses, and that's what I added right here with the Udemy. I added a new logo of the Udemy with the same elements that I did with my photo, adding with an outer glow and with the drop shadow. Now, one of the things that you need to consider while creating a course. First thing that you will need to understand is that you cannot add any text in your banner or logo. You can see the text right here only because that this is not actually considered the text. This is the part of the branding. This is actually a logo of Udemy. Well, you didn't ask you, right, for whether they want to put, whether you want the text to be in a title or not. The same for Photoshop and things, Google and things like that. It's the part of their branding. It's basically their brand identity. So that's why it's not considered as the text in logo. For example, if you wrote like instructor guide right here, then it would be a violation of Udemy rules. You cannot put any text on Udemy logos and banners. And that's why I have it only Udemy right here. You can put anything that you want. The key here is to make it eye-catching, basically for people to stop scrolling. And I think this one is actually, well, it's not the best logo or banner, but it's pretty good. It does not look that great. Of course, it can be improved, and I need some work to basically make it a bit better. But yeah, it looks pretty good nonetheless, and that's how you should create the logos. For the software, you can go with the Adobe Photoshop. Well, it's basically the best choice that you can have. Affinity Photo, if you want something cheaper and not be or just tied to the subscription service, or you can go to services like Canva.com. It's the simplest way to go and do it. It's absolutely free, and you can use it just directly through a browser. Or if you want to like something a bit more advanced but still browser based, you can go with a website called photop.com, which is basically which is basically Adobe Photoshop but online, and which is pretty great thing, and it's actually absolutely free as well. So this will be about logos and banners. Let's move on to the next lecture. See you there.